You know, playing as Rafa, especially with many explosions, of course I can get hit by those. Although again, I really huge splash damage in size. I wanted something to protect me, and I actually come across one that really make a huge change for Rafa. And the thing is, we can be very good for many builds. You know, when it comes to shields, it takes time. But what if you can generate Overshield fast? And this is where this one comes into place. Siphon, when dealing damage, again, not when you are getting damage, when you are dealing damage, 10% chance to grant 3.2 Overshield, 3.2k Overshield. This is insane. Now, of course, it's not like unlimited. I can get, I think, like twice as much, the most. But because you are dealing so many things with the damage, like with with all the explosions that they deal, with the grenade, for example, with damage over time. I mean, or something that continues dealing damage. And of course, let's not forget the skills for Rafa, right? With the Peacebreaker cannons, especially if you make them fast. All of this together leads that you're going to generate it very, very fast. Almost feels like instantly. Now, it can save you, of course, from things on the ground, for example. You don't need to care about that because you're going to eventually get more Overshield compared to the damage the puddles of this element can actually deal to you. And basically it allows you to be more aggressive and worry less about things. So you can see here, it's already, I got like, you see 7.4, right? Of course, beneath it, I have the full one, right? For my shield. This is just over one. You see how fast I'm actually getting it with all the damage? So before that I was playing basically kind of a bit from far, but the reason for that because I need the bounce for the extra damage and extra size. Now, the more aggressive I am, the more damage I'm constantly dealing, the better I increase my survivability. I don't need to wait for anything because it feels like almost instantly. I'm getting a bit in, you see? Because I know if I'm going to deal a bit damage, I have the shield, you see? I have the Overshield. So I can be even closer without risking it too much. And of course, after that again, at the back, the other shield can actually generate. You see, like 8.7. Alright, now it's generating, I have Overshield. They are two separate things. Alright. So the other one at the background will continue generating, and then, you see, I can get the Overshield again. Because it takes time for it to generate, but until then, I can still get something that protects me. And get it very, let's say, frequently. So if you look at the bottom, at the bar, it constantly kind of go back and forth, like I'm generating, the other one will eventually reach the max, and the Overshield will still have, will be there to protect me. It's crazy against bosses because you're constantly going to deal damage to them, right? So it's pretty nuts. Again, I can be so aggressive bosses because it's going to be like uptime almost, I think, like 90% uptime. Because they're constantly going to deal damage to them. If, for example, I don't even need to worry, right? If the boss, for example, is stationary, not in this case. Now it's stationary, see, and just continue dealing damage. Already getting it up. And it's full again. And you can be even more aggressive when you activate the cannons because you're going to hit a lot, right? It doesn't matter what damage you're going to deal as long as you deal damage. So you can be even more aggressive with it. Once you have it, even jump into some explosions. I think you can easily survive that. Also, the cannons auto-target enemies, so you always kind of eat something with it, as long as you can aiming towards the direction. Now you can actually see it soon where I'm going to land on the ground with the fire, that, I'm going to deal damage while I'm actually on the ground getting the fire damage. And it helps so much. You're going to see it in a moment. I think that was like the perfect example how amazing it is. Basically, you want to survive, just be aggressive. Thanks for watching.